Hello and welcome, learner. I am Dr. Teleram Meher, Assistant Professor, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication at Odisha State Open University, Sambalpur, Odisha. In today's video lecture on the topic research design, as you know that we will exploring the research design because a research design is like a blueprint or plan that guide how to study is conducted. It helps researcher to decide what data to be collected, how to collect it, and to analyze it. A good research design ensures that the study is well structured, reliable, and meaningful. Whether it is exploratory, descriptive, or experimental, choosing the right research design is always required for a successful research conducting and design to key to achieve the accurate and useful research outcomes. The learning objective, how to define the research design and its significance, differentiate among the various type of research design, substances appropriate of the each design in the different objective, and define the variables and their relevance in the research. We know that once the research problem is clear and the objective are set, the next important step is to choose the right method to achieve this goal, which is called as a research design. The definition is research. Once the research problem is clear and objective are set, the next important step is to choose the right method to achieve the goal, means which is the research design. A research design is like a plan, blueprint of the entire study. It helps the researcher to stay focused and organized, making it sure that the study follow a sequence, set an objective without going off track. A good research design can even catch small mistake or changes that may affect the study. The success of the research design or largely depend on how suitable the design is. So it is very important to choose the research design very carefully. If you discuss about what is the meaning of the research design, a research designing is like a plan structure that show how a research study will be carried out. It helps the researcher to work in an organization and efficient way so that the study gives the most useful information. The main purpose of the research design is to guide to collection of the data in a way that saves time, effort and money while still getting the good result. If you discuss about we are going to discuss about what are the types of research design. Research are different types of there are in the research there are different type of research designing are there depending on what they want to study. Yeah, here are some of the common one explained in simple languages. First one is the exploratory research design. Means this research design is used when the researcher wants to understand a new or an unclear problem. It helps to gather the basic informations and idea. It is flexible and open to changes as the study goes on. Second one is the descriptive research design. This is the research design is used to describe the things like people, situations, or behavior. It helps in understanding the research designing, what something is like, how it can be happen, and how different things are related. And then what is the experimental research design? As you know that this is used to find out if one thing causes another. The researcher changes one factor called the independent variable to see how it affect another called the dependent variable, while keeping other factors are the same. It is mostly used in the science and medicines. Then the fourth one is the correlational research design. Means this design check if two or more things are connected. It shows whether the variable move together in a positive way or a negative or neutral way. But it does not prove that one thing caused the other. If you discuss about many various type of research design, means there is fifth one is the longitudinal research design. This design study the same people or group over long period of time. It helps to understand how things change over the time, like how people age, how education affect their lives. Then the sixth one is the cross-sectional research design. Means this design collect data from the people at one point of time. It gives a snapshot of what is happening and at that moment. It's good for comparing the different groups quickly. And next one is the case study research design. This design studies on person, group, individual or an event in details. It helps the researcher to understand complex issue by looking deeply into the real life situations. Then the action research design. This is used to solve a specific problem in a workplace, school or a community. The researcher identify the problem, try to give a solution to the research problem and check the result to improve the situation. The next one is the mixed method research design. Means this design combine the both number quantitative data and words means qualitative data to get a complete picture of the research topic. It helps to understanding the different side of a problem. And the next one is the casual research designs. Means this designs is used to find out if one thing is leads to another. Means it studies cause and effect relationship. In science, saying that X causes Y means X may be one of the many reasons why Y happens, not the only reason. Then what is the need of the research designing? As you know that research design is a structure to carry out a successful research, and what is then the need? Research design is the heart of any research work. It connects the researcher and it connects the research problem with the research objective and helps to guide the every step that follows. This includes creating the right tools to collect the data, choosing how to collect the data, and deciding how to analyze it, and finally preparing the research report. A good research design makes sure the whole study stays on the right track and gives useful result. Move to the discuss about the feature of good research design. To prepare a good research designing for any research problem, a few important things need to be considered. This include where and how data will be collected, the skill and experience of the researcher and their team to collect the data, the amount of the time and money can be spent on the collection of data or other resources available, and a clear plan of the entire process to be followed to achieve the research goals. A strong research designing connect all these parts together and make sure each step of the study is properly planned and useful in the solving the research problem. If you discuss about, then we must know what are the variables and types of variable in research designing. As you know that a variable is something that can change or vary. It can be a number, a condition or a characteristics to change over the time or in the different situation. In research, variables are very important because they help define what is being studied and how different thing is related to each other. There are several types of variable like independent variable, dependent variable and control variable. Dependent, what is dependent variable then? This is the variable that researcher changes or control to see how it affects something else. For example, if you study how exercise affect weight loss, the amount of exercise is the independent variable. Then what is the dependent variable? This is the result of outcome that is measured in the study. It depends on the independent variable. In the same example, the weight loss is dependent variable. Then we may discuss about the control variable. These are the factors that stay the same during the study. Keeping them constant help make sure that only dependent or independent variable is affecting the result. Independent variable is affecting the result. For instance, keeping the same diet and sleep schedule when studying how sleep affects the learning. And there are various another types of variables like extraneous variable, means these are the unwanted variable that can affect the result by mistake. For example, noise in the classroom might affect to study to concentrate during the study or lighting, or that may affect during the exam. Confounding variables means this type of variable affect both the independent and dependent variable and can confuse the results. For example, in a study of exercise and heart health, a healthy diet might be a confounding variable if people who exercise also eat well or also eat the good food. Then what is the moderator variable? This is the one of the variable which changes the strength or direction of the relationship between the two other variable. For example, stress might affect work efficiency or performance. We may say that work performance, and it is differently depending on the person's personality. Then what is the mediator variable? This variable explains how or where one's variable affect another. For example, education may lead to better job skill, which then lead to the higher income, or job skill are the mediator. Means if you study well, then you may get a good job. If you may get a good job, then your income may be higher. So your job skill are the mediator. Then let's sum up. As you know that we have already discussed about various types of research designing and variables. We may say that a research design is a clear and organized plan that guides the entire research processes from collecting data to analyzing it. It acts like a roadmap, helping researcher to decide what they want to study, how they will study, helping researchers decide what they want to study and what will they study, and how to make sure that their results are accurate and trustworthy. Different types of research designing are used based on the goals of the study. For example, we already discussed the exploratory or descriptive or the characteristic of the trends. Experimental design test cause and effect relationship, and correlational design looks at how the variables are related without changing them. A good research designing should be simple, clear, and well matched with the research objective. It should be also reduce the error by keeping control. Knowing the different types of variables such as independent or dependent variables or control variable or confounding variable means, in short, the research designing is the very important because it helps make the research meaningful and accurate and dependent. Also, it will guide the researcher to carry out the one of the best research or to achieve the research objective. Thank you all for watching these video lessons.